Welcome back to the channel, fellow hardcore MMA degens. Today, I'm doing a segment that I like to call Prospect of the Week, where out of the pure altruistic nature of my heart, and not for the potential monetary gain of YouTube success, I take it upon myself to shine a spotlight on a lesser well-known fighter, someone you may never have heard of before, but someone you're going to see fight this weekend. And today, we're talking about Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit. And yes, we will be calling him by his entire name for the remainder of this video and the remainder of his UFC career, however long or short that may be. The reason being, do you think his friends tell him, Josh, we're not going to call you that, it's too long and awkward? Do his friends and family say, hey, who told you this was a good idea to call yourself that? Did his training partner say, Josh, you can't do that, man, it's a bad idea? No, they don't. They're supportive. They say, Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit, we're going to call you that because that's what you want to be called. When he was born, his mom told the doctor, gosh darn it, you better not call that baby anything besides Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit for the rest of your life, or we're coming back here to take revenge. We're going to keep calling this guy by his God-given nickname, Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit, and that's that. If J.R.R. Tolkien had been around to hear about Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit, he would have changed his mind. He would have had a press conference and told everybody in the world, hey, cellar door is not the most beautiful phrase in the English language anymore. It's Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit. And Tolkien knows what he's talking about, so listen to the man. Now that that's out of the way, why are we talking about Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit today? Look at the screen. There's a lot of information here, a lot to take in. I know some of you have problems reading, so I will read it for you. Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit, obviously, is his name. He has 7 wins and 0 losses. That's what the 7 and the 0 mean. 7 wins, 0 losses. It's a decent record. It's like a UFC starter kit prospect record. 7 wins isn't that many wins, but 0 losses is really good for 0 losses. The other numbers to pay attention to on here are the 4 KOs, 3 submissions, and 0, that's right, 0. Big fat 0 decisions. Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit, is allergic to decisions. If you tied him up and left him in the octagon for 15 minutes, he would poof out of existence because he just can't handle a decision. Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit, is a new breed of heavyweight. And if you look at the weight here on the screen, you'll see what I'm talking about. And no, I don't mean he could definitely make light heavyweight. And no, I don't mean why isn't he fighting at light heavyweight. I mean, he's a new breed of heavyweight in the sense that he can probably see his toes when he looks down. He can probably do a push-up. He might even be able to do a pull-up. He can probably run a mile. This is like revolutionary stuff in the heavyweight division. So this guy has got to be on your radar. So aside from his pristine and perfect 7-0 record, and his pristine and perfect 100% finish rate, and his pristine and perfect 1-for-1 octagon interview acing, why else are we talking about this guy? He is the future of the heavyweight divisions. Mark my words. This guy is going to be around for a while. And when I say future, I don't necessarily mean champion. I mean, he's going to be at least the next Tai Tuivasa. And by Tai Tuivasa, I mean he's going to be a fan favorite. He's going to rise up the ranks, get some pretty impressive wins, then probably end up somewhere in the top of the division over his head, have a very depressing and devastating 5-fight losing streak, and then gain 100 pounds. Now, I know what you're thinking. Gaining 100 pounds cannot be good for the longevity of his career. But my eyeballs have told me something over the 2 decades of MMA I've watched, and that's unlike most other pro sports, MMA is unique in that you don't have to be in peak physical condition or even really very good condition to be a professional fighter in the UFC. You just have to be able to throw hands. And Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit, can throw freaking hands. And if you don't believe me that you don't have to be a physical specimen to be a pro athlete in the UFC or MMA in general, the late, great Fedor Emelianenko was proving my point 20 years ago. So suck it. Going back to the weight thing, though, even if Josh, the Incredible Hok, Hokit, gains 100 pounds, he's not going to be in any problem. He's such a light heavyweight right now. And by light heavyweight, I mean a light person that fights in the heavyweight division, not a light heavyweight fighter fighting at 205, even though he could definitely fight at 205 because he weighs less than the light heavyweight champion, Alex Pereira. If he gains 100 pounds, he's just going to be a big boy. Now, speaking of heavyweights and blobs in the UFC, Denzel Freeman, Josh the Incredible Hokit's opponent this weekend, is not a blob. He's definitely not in shape, but he's not a blob. He's kind of more along the lines of a junior chubster, if you will. 1 or 2 steps beyond dad bod, but not blatantly obese at this point. He's on his way, though. Denzel Freeman, he's got a 7-1 record. You might be thinking that's pretty good. But over half of his fights go to decision. And I know what you might be saying. He's only got 3 decisions in his pro career. Look at the man's amateur career. He has decisions at the amateur level, meaning he's fighting guys that don't really know how to fight and he can't finish them. He's hoping a referee and judges think he's better than guys that aren't good at fighting. And we think this guy's going to beat the great Josh the Incredible Hokit. Not a chance in hell. Sorry, Denzel Freeman, you got your work cut out for you. You pulled the short straw this week. You're running into the Incredible Hok, Josh the Incredible Hokit. I want to go back for a minute to when we were talking about not needing to be in shape to be a pro UFC fighter, because I've noticed it seems like only the heavyweight division is taking advantage of this amazing life hack of not having to be in peak physical condition to be a pro athlete. It seems like they know some secret the rest of the divisions just aren't in on. I don't know if they're keeping this secret to themselves at the gym, they're not telling anyone besides their heavyweight buds, or what's going on. But maybe at some point in the future, 5 or 10 years down the road, the rest of the divisions will catch up and realize you don't have to have a 6-pack and be able to run for an hour straight to be a pro athlete. You just need to be able to punch someone in the face. Good. So now that we're done talking about Josh the Incredible Hokit's perfect 7-0 record, about his flawless 7-0 finish streak, about his beautiful physique for the heavyweight division, if I haven't sold you that this guy is someone you should be paying attention to, if I haven't hyped him up to where you're pumped to see him beat Denzel Freeman's butt this week, I've got one last thing to tell you. I have one piece of undeniable information, one piece of unyielding proof that will bring you to the light, that will open your eyes and make you a true believer in Josh the Incredible Hokit's UFC career. And it's just a picture. Feast your eyes on this. Behold, bask in the glory of Josh the Incredible Hokit. I don't even know what to say. I probably should have just showed you this picture from the start. This picture tells you more than I could ever say in a video. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but a picture of Josh the Incredible Hokit is worth 1,005 words. That's more than a normal picture, because Josh the Incredible Hokit is more than a normal heavyweight. Josh the Incredible Hokit looks like Bilal Muhammad found a pair of Apollo Creed's underwear and put them on his head like a do-rag. If you see this guy walking down the street at night at you, you apologize, you cross the street, and you walk the other way. Josh the Incredible Hokit is going to win his fight this weekend, and don't let anyone tell you different. Now, I know some of you may be confused right now. Some of you might wonder what this crazy person on your screen is yelling at you about. Why is he doing this? Why am I taking my time to tell you about Josh the Incredible Hokit? I'm doing a public service, guys. Hardcore MMA fans, you guys are me. I am you. We're in the same breed here. We're all in the same boat. So I'm doing it for my brothers out there. My hardcore MMA fans, I'm doing it for you. So you can out-hardcore your hardcore MMA fan friends. You have to be the most hardcore MMA fan there is. And this is how you do it with Josh the Incredible Hokit. So this Saturday night, when you're watching UFC 324 and all of a sudden you see Josh the Incredible Hokit making his way down to the octagon, you're going to be losing your freaking mind, and your hardcore friends are going to be confused going, what's going on? Why are you going crazy about this guy? Who is this? Should I know him? And you're going to go, yeah, you should know who Josh the Incredible Hokit is. This guy's a freaking legend. He's going to make the night better than it ever would have been without him. And you're going to be a loser if you don't remember who he is. And you can also, regurgitate all the stuff I said in this video to your friends to make yourself sound cool. Aside from that, though, Josh the Incredible Hokit is the man. He's the prospect of the week this week for UFC 324, and I'm looking forward to seeing him beat that ass. Bye.